Hi, graduates. This is Dean Charles Davis. I want to welcome you to the Fall 2020 Virtual Convocation. We've got a wonderful speaker today. Ryan Carty is a 2009 alumnus of Grady College. He uses the people skills he learned here to help others land jobs and advance careers. He did that at UGA as a career consultant at the Career Center. And then a couple of years later, I did something extremely wise. I hired him here at Grady College as the Director of Experiential Learning. In fact, our very first Director of Experiential Learning. He then got snapped up by Tegna, went on to work at Truist, and now in his latest role, he's a recruiter in partnerships and consumer marketing at Facebook. Ryan's expertise is invaluable as you embark on your career. He's a great guy. He answers the call every time, and we thank him so much for his time today. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Carty.
Hello, graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication. As a Grady College grad and former employee, I truly value the education and opportunities that Grady affords its graduates, and I'm so honored and excited to hopefully motivate you all today to reflect on the skills and lessons that you all have learned from a challenging year 2020, and leverage those skills to take control of your careers and use your resilience to stay encouraged after you walk through the arch. You know, it's funny because when Diane Murray reached out to me to ask me to deliver this speech, I was actually headed to the hospital for a tonsillitis infection. I was in pain and I could barely talk. My throat was closing, and trust me, you did not want to hear a speech from me that week because I sounded just like Darth Vader. But after she asked me, my first thought was, okay, Ryan, you have to get well soon. You have to survive this night. And then I got you, Diane, I got you. I won't let you down. I tell that story because Grady College has given me so much to be thankful for in shaping my career and my personal development that I would not miss this opportunity to connect with you all, not for any illness and not for the world. After this is over, I will make an appointment to arrange for my tonsils to be removed. I promise I will. But I want to thank you all for having me today and allowing me to connect with you all. Today, I will not harp on all the challenges that we faced this year. We all know how insane this year has been for all of us. But I would be remiss if I didn't discuss several ways that you all can turn this year's lemons into lemonade by leveraging your skills to present yourself as a top job candidate or top performer on the job. As a recruiter myself, I know a few soft skills or relational skills, we sometimes call them, or even this year we could call them survival skills. Let's be honest, we all need them. That we are looking for in job candidates during the pandemic. I'm often asked by students and recent grads, Ryan, how can I stand out in the job search process? Am I behind? Am I at a disadvantage? And my answer is always no. You are not behind. You are not at a disadvantage. While your job search may look a little bit different this year in a recession, or you might have a longer timeline than usual, I truly believe that the 2020 graduates are actually at a long-term advantage due to the skills that you all have gained in a challenging pandemic and year of social justice issues. And these are all experiences that many generations before you have never experienced, and some generations after you may never experience either. But here are the skills that can make you uniquely qualified to succeed in the real world. I'll start with resilience. Resilience is defined as the ability to adjust to or recover readily from illness, adversity, or major life changes. It is your ability to replenish your energy and keep going no matter what challenges you face. To be resilient, you have to have a sense of optimism or even a glass half full approach to life, which is a credit to your positivity. And let's admit, that is something that we can all use in the workforce today. But also, it's your awareness of what keeps you going if and when you have a setback. To my 2020 graduates, you all have learned just that. Whether it's drowning out the negative noise by listening to your favorite upbeat song on Spotify, surrounding yourself with a strong social network like family and friends who will uplift you, or praying, or just establishing smart goals and sticking to them. The 2020 graduates have mastered resiliency this year like no other class by sitting right here today as graduates. And no one can take that away from you all. I know because I've met with so many 2020 grads in virtual career fairs this year and networking events, and somehow, some way, you all still manage to keep a very high level of energy and positivity despite your circumstances. Knowing what you've been through, I've always admired that skill in your generation and your class. And not just now, but when you start working in the real world, resiliency will also be valued because not every day will go your way. Some days you may miss a deadline, other days you may fall short of a revenue goal, or even, worst case scenario, you might even lose your job. But despite what could happen in the future, always remember this. You will never be able to control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. And your resiliency will certainly play a major factor in how quickly you bounce back from your mistakes and learn from them rather than letting them cripple you. The second thing I want to touch on is adaptability. Adaptability is the ability to adjust or modify oneself to different conditions and environments. 2020 graduates have successfully transitioned from traditional on-site classes and personal attention in the classroom, all the way to the challenges of remote lectures and virtual classwork. And I know it's hard to stay motivated in those situations. I know it is. You've been able to maintain focus while learning from home. And, there's nothing wrong with a little Facebook or Instagram break every now and then. I know I'm guilty of doing that in between emails and readings myself, but you all have been thrown into this virtual environment, this unprecedented virtual environment where you've had to strengthen your public speaking skills on a digital platform. And as many employers are transitioning to a permanent remote work environment, you're already light years ahead of the generations before you with your ability to present comfortably and confidently on a computer screen or even interview with poise while looking at a camera rather than face to face. Additionally, you all have leveraged your background as digital natives and technologically savvy students to survive and thrive in a virtual atmosphere. Even though I work for a tech company today, the idea of dealing with technology issues frightens me, it honestly does. And my teammates past and present both know that I have very little patience for it. But because you all live and breathe technology every day in your careers, you may actually embrace those same things that scare me every day. This is another way that you can add value to a team, as people may come to you when those complex tech issues arise. Another lesson that you've probably learned this year is that change is the only constant. And I could not agree more after my experience joining corporate America. For example, in my first corporate job, my company experienced a spinoff on just day 2. And we restructured our entire organization, later leading to my manager changing and my role changing. My job totally changed. And I had a lot of adjustments to make that year. In my second corporate job at a major bank, the largest bank merger in 10 years was announced on my 3rd week on the job. And my entire team changed by the end of the year. I remember the company relocated, and I had a lot of tough decisions to make. I really did. This year, I couldn't have been more excited to join my team at Facebook. I moved all the way from Atlanta to Austin, Texas, just in time for South by Southwest weekend. I timed it perfectly. And then, boom, the pandemic hit. While I've had an overwhelmingly positive experience at Facebook, keep in mind, I still haven't had the luxury of working from the office or enjoying the amazing free food that I hear about from my teammates. But I did get a chance to adapt to a new city with very little interaction or help from others. I established rapport with a new team without ever having met them in person. And I had to learn how to effectively communicate with coworkers in a remote work environment just to survive on the job this year. Yes, it was a major challenge, but I will be more equipped to succeed later in life because of this experience, and I have no regrets. Although my examples are admittedly a little extreme, This is real life for many people in the workforce today. And as I reflect on these experiences this year, I realized that if I wasn't able to adapt to a new team years ago, or use my optimism to maintain hope in a merger environment, or adjust to a new management style, I wouldn't be where I am today. Again, change is the only constant. And you all are learning how to adapt to some of the world's most challenging changes right now, which will only aid you in the future as you transfer skills between jobs, or transfer to new industries, or simply acquire new managers. The third skill I want to discuss is self-motivation, which you honestly cannot teach. Self-motivation is defined by your internal drive to achieve, produce, develop, and keep moving forward. When you get distracted, or think you're ready to quit, it's typically your self-motivation that keeps you pushing towards your goal. Employers need people who are able to motivate themselves and keep up their performance independently, especially in a remote work environment. So the question is, how well can you demonstrate that you can stay highly motivated in a stressful or unpredictable environment? Well, you've all certainly learned how to do that this year by staying motivated and achieving good grades and good standing in a full semester of remote classes. And that speaks volumes to your ability to work autonomously on your projects and assignments with little to no authority or direction. In the workplace, managers don't want to have to micromanage employees. They really don't. But they will do it if they have to. But they prefer not to, because there's so much peace that comes with being able to trust your employees that they can stay motivated to go above and beyond in their work independently, and inspire their remote workers to do the same without their manager ever having to tell them. So I just discreetly gave you all a few nuggets and talking points for your job interviews. But overall, I want you to know that you are at an advantage. You are truly at an advantage, not a disadvantage, despite how your circumstances look. But you have to be able to look at the glass half full. You have to maintain a sense of optimism. You have to be positive. And you have to capitalize on what you've gained and learned this year and use it to your unique advantage rather than let it defeat you. One of the last things I want to leave you with is to stay motivated and keep hope alive for a better tomorrow. Yes, 2020 has been hard. It's been hard for all of us, but we have a full 2021 to look forward to. There's only a month left of this year, and this too shall pass. I remember when I graduated from the University of Georgia back in 2009 during a recession, many of my friends took jobs that we never would have considered if we had more employment options. Pre-med students became teachers, engineering majors became management trainees and sales support. I thought I was going to be a TV producer, and then I ended up taking a job as a college advisor at a high school in the Atlanta area, helping students gain access to college and post-secondary careers. Now, while this was not ideal for many of us at the time, don't get me wrong, but we did get a sense of appreciation for service. We gained the fundamentals and basics of selling and persuasion and presentation skills that we still use today. I personally realized my passion for developing students and equipping them with the skills to advance their careers, which has led to me having a very rewarding career for myself, and I will forever be grateful for that decision I made 11 years ago. 2020 graduates, there is light at the end of this 2020 tunnel. There always has been. Businesses will thrive again in the future. Companies and nonprofits will hire at high volumes again. Entrepreneurs who've ideated new business solutions in their downtime this year will start new initiatives and opportunities in 2021, and that may turn into an employment opportunity for you. My advice to you all would be to be open and be flexible, because you never know when something that seems so non-traditional or so off course or out of the box can turn into an unforgettable opportunity for you. I'll leave you with these final thoughts. Continue to be resilient, uplift those around you who may be struggling this year. You never know when you'll need someone to uplift you as well. Continue to lean on your resources right here at Grady College with your faculty and your alumni and career services. I know firsthand that the Grady alumni, faculty, and staff loves you, and they want you to succeed. So don't hesitate to reach out to them on LinkedIn or make a call or send an email. Lastly, don't give up. Never give up. No matter how doubtful your circumstances become, no matter how many interviews are missed or jobs you're rejected from, keep going. When I graduated from grad school, I applied for 17 jobs. Only 3 contacted me for an interview, and only 1 offered me a job. But that one job offer led to the best professional experience I could have imagined. It led to mentorship opportunities, countless lifelong contacts that I still maintain connections with today. And ultimately, it led to a very fulfilling career in job coaching and recruiting. I want to say to the Grady graduating class of 2020, congratulations. Take a deep sigh of relief. And I want to thank you all for having me today. You all deserve to be here today, and I'm so proud of you. I've never been more proud of a class of graduates than I am right now. And the world better watch out for all of you. Better watch out, because I know that you all will run through any challenge that comes your way. I know you will. I want to say congratulations again. You all have deserved to be where you are right here today. Celebrate. I want to wish you all best wishes in all your future endeavors. Thank you again, everyone, and goodbye.
Greetings, fellow graduates of the fall class of 2020 of the Grady College of Journalism and Mass Communication. Good day as well to the family, friends, and faculty and staff that got us all to this moment today. It is important to begin by addressing the elephant in the room. We are not in the same room together to celebrate today. While I wish more than anything that we could be together in person, I am grateful to have this virtual convocation with you all. Completing our college careers during a global pandemic was nowhere near what we had in mind, and I commend you all for getting to the finish line in spite of our unique challenges. It is important to acknowledge the devastation this pandemic has caused and to allow ourselves to feel the entire range of emotions that come with it. But today, I hope we can take this moment together to celebrate what we have accomplished. Today is a day that we have all been waiting for. No matter how long it has taken to get to this graduation, we should all be so proud. Though we can't be together physically, I hope we allow ourselves this time today to celebrate this amazing achievement. The 4 majors of Grady are intertwined by their roots in storytelling. Humanity is built upon stories, and at Grady, we tell great ones. I want to take a couple minutes to share a piece of my story. As someone who moved to Georgia when I was 8 years old from Illinois, I had no ties to colleges in Georgia or any clue about college football. Choosing the University of Georgia was not a hard choice, and I happily went, having spent 2 summers at week-long camps in Grady College during high school. Right before my sophomore year, some sort of switch flipped in my brain. I suddenly struggled to leave my bedroom and to believe that I belonged in college. I eventually started going to therapy and feeling more comfortable outside of my apartment and making new friends, but my self-esteem was still extremely low. It was at that time I was accepted to Grady College as a public relations major. In my Grady classes, I realized something. The people at Grady believed in me during a time when I had no belief in myself. When my anxiety tried to convince me that nobody could think I had the capacity to be successful, Professor Joe Watson told me he thought someone with my capabilities must be at least a senior. To my sophomore self, struggling with severe anxiety and imposter syndrome, this meant the world. When, on an offhand remark, I said I wanted to study in Washington, D.C., my then advisor, Victoria Cooper, got me into the last slot on the Grady and D.C. summer program. It was hands down the best summer of my life, even though getting on the plane there was one of the scariest things I've ever done. That summer was the catalyst for many amazing opportunities in and out of Athens. I realized that no matter what corner of the country or world my career takes me to, there will always be dogs rooting for me nearby. 4.5 years later, I still don't know very much about football, but I'm so proud to be a Grady dog. Although the building consistently confused me as I tried to get from one level to the next, I will always remember studying in the Peyton Anderson Forum, returning to the Tate Starbucks day after day, and the camaraderie of the halls as classes changed. I made some of my best friends in the world in Professor Watson's Intro to Public Affairs class, at her campus UGA meetings, and in DC at Delta Hall. As one of the few who genuinely likes to attend office hours, my main reflection from those meetings is this. The moments we second-guess ourselves are when we lose the story. Professors Kim Landrum and Tom Cullen will attest to teaching me this, and though their classes were tough, I attribute them to making me a better communicator. I have no doubts that I will always call Athens and this building on Hooper Street in particular a second home. I lost my story during my journey through Grady when my anxiety made me doubt myself, but I reclaimed it. In the future, and probably right now, we will all second guess ourselves and our stories and our employers' stories, but trust yourself. Push yourself to be the best you can be and push your college to be the best it can be. If you can finish your capstone class during a global pandemic, you can pretty much do anything. I can't wait to see what all of you do next and what part of the world your stories lead to. You've made it all the way here. Take life one day at a time and just try your best. I believe in you, Grady College believes in you, and the University of Georgia believes in you. Again, I want to thank my family for their limitless support, the lifelong friends I have made for their kindness, and my professors for their wisdom and guidance to get me here today. I sincerely thank you all for your time. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Today is a special day for us, for you, and for your families. It's now my pleasure to confer degrees upon each of you. Congratulations.
Graduating in the most 2020 way. We did it. Thanks so much to my mom, my dad, and everyone that's helped me along the way. Go Dogs.
I'm so honored to officially be a Grady grad. Thank you to my incredible parents, family, and friends who've supported me along the way. I could not have done this without you. The best is yet to come.
Thank you to my family, my friends, my bosses, my coworkers, and especially the faculty in the Grady College who have taken chances on me and given me opportunities I would not have had otherwise.
I'm so excited to be graduating and a part of the class of 2020. I would like to thank God, my parents, my friends, everybody who has supported me along the way. I love you guys and I can't wait to make you proud.
I just want to say thank you to all my friends and family for helping me reach this massive milestone, and thank you to all my professors who made this such a memorable experience. Go Dogs!
Thank you, God, my ancestors, my grandparents, parents, extended family, friends, support system, coaches, mentors, professors, and Grady College for supporting me on my undergraduate journey.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to my parents, my sisters, my boyfriend, and the faculty of UGA for their support through these 3.5 years. Class of 2020, we did it!
Hi, I'm Lauren Hizzo, Chair of the Alumni Board, and on behalf of the 22,000 alumni worldwide, I'm proud to welcome you into the best alumni group. Congratulations, and go Dogs!
This concludes today's virtual convocation. We're so proud of each of you and all that you have accomplished. You're a part of the Alumni Network now, so look for ways to give back to your alma mater. We'll always be here for you. Congratulations.